It's truly a blessing to be gathered here with you today. This morning, as part of our stewardship campaign, we are taking time to recognize and celebrate a very special group among us, our volunteers. Pastor Karen and I have spent time discussing how giving of our time and our talents is such an important part of stewardship, and it fits so well with the stewardship theme this year of what we can do. And what we can do is astounding. I know I've shared this with some of you, but one of the best parts of my job is getting to see all the things that people do here at Lake Harriet and in the community that no one else really sees. And so, for example, did you know that we have volunteers that mow the grass here all summer long? We have volunteers who come in and clean the chairs in the commons area from coffee and food stains. We have volunteers who come in and help with hospitality needs at funerals, providing comfort for folks who are grieving their loved ones. And these are just a few roles that you may not be aware of. So, whether you greet at the door with a warm smile, are a part of the band or the choir, put food bags in backpacks, teach our children about Jesus, clean and care for this space, make pancakes, or serve quietly behind the scenes, your time, your talents, and your hearts have made and make a lasting impact. I've been thinking a lot the last few weeks about how to really show you the impact that our volunteers make inside and outside the walls of our church. And I decided to try to add up the numbers. While it is almost impossible to capture all the ways folks give of their time, here's an estimated attempt. So, volunteerism by the numbers. Each week, volunteers give about 25 hours to make everything happen here at church and in the community that we are a part of. When we move to monthly, that number rises to 222 hours, and that includes folks who attend ministry meetings, teach classes, facilitate connection groups. Did you know that we have 13 ministry teams that, make all the things that we love here happen, such as adult learning, outreach. So 222 hours monthly. Now, looking at our annual amount of hours, and this includes some annual events like VBS, youth mission trips, I came up to the number of 2,802 volunteer hours annually. I mean, that's pretty astounding. It's almost 3,000 hours of volunteer time that our church gives here for church ministries and out in our community. So thank you. Volunteering isn't always easy. It often means staying late, coming early, or giving when no one else is looking. But through your faithful service, you show what it really means to be the hands and feet of Christ, to walk in the words and ways of Jesus. Recently, we collaborated with another organization to help out one of our congregants, and one of the employees from that organization shared with me that she had never seen a group of church volunteers show up and help out like our group did. She said to me, "Your church is an example of what church should be." I share this story as an example of the ripple effect that volunteering can have in a community. Volunteers touch lives, lift burdens, and help create a welcoming and loving community. I recently read an article in the New York Times in which the author shares a gratitude practice that involves tracing a present-day gratitude back through all the causes and conditions that gave rise to it, in essence, creating a gratitude chain. So this practice of creating a gratitude chain reminds us how we're all connected, and that the impact of every action we take has a ripple effect in someone else's chain of gratitude, and so on and so on. So here's my example. I have been reflecting on how grateful I am to be a part of this church community. I have friends here, my family is here and involved, and I feel so connected to this community. And I was like, how did this come to be? We started coming to this church because we lived close by, and we enjoyed the services, but we didn't really know anyone. And then one day, the volunteer coordinator at that time tapped me on the shoulder and asked if I might be willing to be a greeter on the upcoming Sunday. And being me, I said yes. I thought to myself, that might be a great way to meet some folks. And it was. And from that point on, I and my family started to get more involved and connected with the Lake Harriet community. And we're so grateful to be here. And that is how the gratitude chain works, to focus on one thing that you're grateful for and trace back the origins of how it came to be. So in closing, I will share one more short story. When my niece was in elementary school, her teacher would give out cards to the students when they were caught being good. It was so cute, and it promoted the kids to be very encouraging to each other and the class as a whole. So with that in mind, I have a bunch of blank thank you notes that I'll have out in the lobby after church. And then in the next couple of months, when you notice someone sharing their time and their talents, and it blesses you and gives you hope, let them know. Write them a note, send them an email, send them a text, and if you don't know them, introduce yourself to them and give them encouragement. This way, we can continue to encourage one another and build each other up, just as you have done through your service. And in doing so, may you be richly blessed as you have been a blessing to so many. And with that in mind, if you're looking for a way to connect with others, or if you want to volunteer your time, or simply learn more about Lake Harriet, I would love to take you out for a cup of coffee and talk and find ways that you can connect. And I really mean that. So please send me an email, give me a call, or catch me after church, and we will schedule something. Earlier this year, I shared a blessing from author Kate Bowler, and I would like to share it again today. It is titled, "A Blessing for Those Who Serve Others." So bless you all, you who serve others, knowing it comes at a steep cost, that time you'll never get back, those people who won't ever be as grateful as you hope. May you be reminded that maybe you were called for such a time as this, to pour out your great, great gifts for the sake of the other. And on the days where you feel like your work is just a drop in the ocean or you want to throw in the towel, may joy and delight be yours, and may it fuel the hard and beautiful work that you do. And if you are just beginning to move towards service, may you have the eyes to see the needs in front of you, the places where your gifts and passions and resources meet your community's deep needs. Or if you're starting to ask for help yourself, bless you. May your courage be met with kindness. You are all my favorite kinds of people. Bless you.